Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, and welcome into ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we have an Ocarina of Time Standard Tournament Season 7 Semifinals race between Xavi and Yoyocarina. This is game 1 of 3. Tracking today, we've got Blue Roses for you and Melqui, and on commentary, we have Kyrie Strombaum and Okishi. I'm going to hand it over to the two of them. Hope you enjoy the race, everyone.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Hope everyone is having a great time this morning, evening, or wherever you are. How are you, Oak?
Yo, what's up? We've got ourselves a semifinals match, Kyrie.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're already this far into the tournament. Anyway, looking at the stats, what do you take from this, Oak? What do you see?
Well, I'm looking at number 2 seed versus number 21 seed, and we have a stats page that doesn't really line up here. We've got, in the last 12 races that these two have seen each other, no 1v1s, dare I say, but Xavi winning 4 out of the 12 and Yo-Yo winning 8 out of the 12. It's a little skewed there if we're looking at the stats page here.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yo-Yo being up 66% of the time in their races in together. But that being said, no 1v1 comparison. So likely a lot of these races may be previous season quals or other like types of just standard format races. Because no 1v1s, that being said.
Yeah, let's actually talk about the settings that were drafted today. We had Xavi picking there was Dungeon Entrance Randomizer picked and required only. And we've seen this combination before, and it's spicy. There's potential for dungeons to not even be logically available to us. We may never see certain dungeon entrances with this logic, or Randobot could just be, whatever, we're just going to roll a non-required only seed and throw that at you as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. With Dungeon ER and required only, there is a lot of logic quirks that can happen, and it'll be interesting to see which ones of those we see. That being said, we've also have bomb chew bags, it looks like, or bomb chews in logic, and as well as one chicken. And let's be honest, one chicken's pretty much a staple. It's usually picked. No one wants to do 7. I feel like it's a very common high percentage pick in this season.
Yeah, this is not S7 chickens. This is S7 one chicken. Okay.
yeah.
Just about every seed that every matchup we see chickens getting messed with. But that's okay because we do have the bomb chews in logic, and that's a fun setting that we have. So when we say required only, if you're not familiar, used to be called beatable only, or it's all locations reachable is off. So there's certain quirks where your warps, if you have random warps in required only, you may not even see all the warp pads be used there. Whereas in non-required only seeds, you kind of have to have 4 of those warps be in specific spots. So it really just means we may not be able to logically reach certain locations or achieve certain items in the seed. Whereas that's not the case in a standard seed.
Yeah, and that being said, it can also like affect dungeon key logic. So like, for example, if just hypothetically, let's say Force is a stone dungeon, we might not get like any keys at the start, and we might be completely locked out, and we're going.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
vanilla spawns because that setting was not picked. I forgot about that. And Xavi immediately talking to Saria. Let's go.
All right.
Little divergence right away. Xavi going right into Midos. Well, Yo-Yo's going for the K-Sword chest. And Hammer.
We didn't really get to talk about the start, actually. We have a fire medallion start, meaning there is potential we only have to do 5 dungeons to complete the seed today. And we have Zelda's Lullaby start.
Yeah, Zelda's Lullaby is a really nice start, not gonna lie. Case or Chess was dead, by the way. But doing that anyway, like going this route, you do gain a couple rupees, so it's good for rupee farming early. Because we're gonna want to get one of those scrubs in Lost Woods probably. But yeah, no, that hammer really early is quite nice. Oh, okay, that's big for Xavi though. Xavi got a shield. Yo-Yo did not open that chest, so Xavi does not need to buy a shield today. Any team no buy shielders? Come on, no buy shield.
I knew
it's
you
the
were
right.
gonna mention it. I knew you were gonna mention it.
Yo, come on. Who buys a shield? Come on.
Jesus.
We're in a messed up economy right now, and shields are way too expensive. Let's be honest.
Yeah, especially when you're not starting with 99 rupees. Buying a shield could be a little bit of a time sink, even if you have a full rupee bag. I believe I timed this just the other day. That's outside Ganon's castle is foolish. Strength 3 may not be required here. It's possible.
Also, what do you think of this routing divergence? Yo-Yo being a ranch first, it looks like, and Xavi doing a typical Lost Woods opener, it looks like. I like this divergence early. We're likely gonna see Lost Woods from Yo-Yo anyway. Probably a save quit out of ranch, possibly. And then going Lost Woods, but I do like this little bit of a divergence because we get to see more checks early on right away.
Yeah, that was also a water temple. Is path to Twin Rova, so we're gonna see Spirit Temple and we're gonna see water this seed. And I mean, at least that's the best kind of water when it's hinted, right? Even if it's stone water down the line, at least it's hinted stone water.
So here's the thing, that's until the item is on Central Pillar and you do not have items. Then
Xavi,
it's just a pain in the ass.
Xavi looks like they're skipping Ocarina minigame.
Okay. I mean, it's an annoying and long minigame, but like it's kind of risky to skip early on, in my opinion. But hey, you're not in the semifinals for no reason. These runners know what they're doing.
Yeah, sometimes especially when you get matchups that are so close, and we believe me, we have seen close races this season. We just saw a race recently that was decided by the big Goron sword, believe it or not, and that happened recently. And I'm not going to spoil the winner of that one, but one of them is playing today, and it literally gave them the seed. So every little bit does count. And that is Saria's song right there. That's Vanilla.
Saria's song, Vanilla, and Prelude.
And DC is foolish.
Yep, and here's exactly what I said was going to happen. Yo-Yo is save quitting, so they're going to go Lost Woods now and get that Saria's song. I could imagine Xavi going from Kiri Forest to Ranch.
That is OT is Serenade.
Okay, that is nice. That is very nice to see. So we have Serenade is one of those songs where it helps routing, but for the main purpose, it's usually a nice way to get from child to adult. But the fact that we have an early prelude, it doesn't really matter then.
Yeah. So we also just got the underwater sunken silver rupees in Gerudo Training Ground. It's called the toilet. We call it the toilet. That is hinted to be a small key. It's one of those sometimes hints that's actually really nice to see. That way you don't really have to count keys when you're going into GTG and hoping that you don't have to do that check. And there's bomb bag.
Early bomb bag. That feels good. We're also going to see what that Ocarina minigame holds because, as you can see, Yo-Yo is doing it.
Yeah, that one thing that that's already been noticed is, yay, chooser and logic, and we get the bomb bag first.
Yeah, kind of lame and makes that ooh.
That's
okay, so
great.
That's nice to have. Minuet on Burning Cack. Okay.
And,
And that is required. That
Team
is
No Buy
required.
Shield is they are thriving today.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm a firm believer in like buying shield is a waste of time. Even in settings like League. Sometimes I don't even buy a shield when you start with a wallet. I don't know. It's just something I believe in.
Also,
Something I live by.
We literally have the starter pack for Child Goron City. We have bombs. We have Zelda.
Yeah, we can do
have
everything. Yo, this is, oh my god, this is beautiful.
How often do you see this? 6 minutes into the seed. I mean, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh my god!
My goodness, dude. Are we serious right now? This is amazing.
Wow, front-loaded seed, but in my experience, front-loaded seeds don't always mean fast. In my experience, front-loaded seeds can mean slow because that usually means a pretty shitty casino.
Yeah. Be very careful with that. Be very careful.
Hey, I'm not saying it. I've been around the block a couple times. I know when to use that word and when not to, and I am not using that word.
Yeah, I had to wait, especially in the last one that I did, which was one of the quarterfinal matches. It was a sub 2 seed, and I waited until we were in Ganon's to say it was the J word.
Yeah, I'll say it in go mode.
Oh, that's understandable. like guaranteed. Yeah, I get it.
Like if you hit go mode, get your go mode item, and you're like an hour and 10 minutes in, it's like okay.
All right, looks like we're just gonna be getting the boomerang in Child Goron City, which is fine. That's okay.
That's a big find, and we don't know if we're doing Jabu yet. With Dungeon ER on, who knows? Jabu could just be in DC. Which I could imagine Xavi's probably going to go and check right now, because if it is Jabu, you can just get it done.
I mean, without even having a hint that Jabu is required, it would definitely be a risk.
Hey, a risk is something I want to see. I want this race to be interesting. I want it to be intense. I want to see it all.
Looks like we're not even checking the dungeon. We're just going to be going down to CAC. Now, this is a little bit of an interesting route because you are burning a little time a day instead of going to the ranch.
So,
but what Xavi doesn't know is they're going to get Prelude in ranch, so it's kind of going to be a little bailout there.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a second quickly just to talk about one of my favorite quirks about Dungeon ER. So, Dungeon ER can play with, like, logic to get to certain areas, like Desert Colossus. So, let's say we get...
Oh, gosh, we just got a Jabu to Volvagia.
Okay. But yeah, so let's say we get... Spirit in DC. You can go up Kid side to get your first logical access to Colossus, and that is the type of thing I love about Dungeon ER. Dungeon ER is probably one of my favorite settings to play. And there's something on Bomb 2 Bowling that I did not see.
That was a bow. So we saw Goron Tunic on the first one, and we saw bow on the second item. Yo-Yo choosing not to get the Goron Tunic. And what Xavi's doing here is actually a little cool. Is we're going to be doing the Composer Gravis Child, which I personally agree with, because Xavi's going to do something that we see that we like to call... oh, gosh. I already forgot the name. Flame Storage. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, so basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your stick and you're gonna play a little trick to make it stay on fire.
This is cool. We got Song of Storms, and we can check the bottom of the well, and if well is Jabu... that could be a pretty cool route here. Now, Xavi doesn't know that, if it is Jabu, Xavi does not know that Jabu is path to Volvagia, but being able to open up the well right away is actually a really cool thing.
All right. Interesting to see, too, that Xavi is still opening small chests. There's really, unless he's farming rupees, which could be he's looking for a rupee drop possibly, that could be it. But the big thing is there is not really a point to open small chests unless you're looking for rupees in this seed, because with Bomb Chew Bag, you know that chews aren't even going to be in brown chests. They are going to be in big gold chests.
They are. Yes, they are. But yeah, Xavi doing just this and opening the bottom of the well. This is just a really nice route here where Yo-Yo says, nope, we are not doing anything further in Child. Completely understandable. Going adult and going to be doing the adult opener here.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what kind of adult opener we see from Yo-Yo here. If we see a typical CAC opener, or if maybe we see something a little different. Who knows? I'm looking forward to it. All right, what's your prediction for the dungeon and well?
Dude, I just showed
I'm gonna say ice. I'm gonna say ice.
It could be anything.
I see ice and well so often playing Dungeon ER. I don't know what it is, but I find I get ice and well all the time.
I'm gonna say water. Show me water. Oh,
Jabu!
It's Jabu.
Jabu!
Oh, he's going for it.
Come on, let's go.
Xavi doesn't know this. We know this. There's something in here. Jabu might just be required as well, so he might just be taking that risk.
What's it path to again?
Volvagia, which could be just, with the hammer and the bombs and the bow, it could just be something that opens up the fire temple, the entry, wherever it may be.
It could be that, could be a wallet. It could be a Goron tunic. It could also be hovers, which I think that is best case scenario if we get hovers here.
Yeah, it could be hovers. It could be hookshot. There's so many different things that it could be.
Not going for that quick skull though. I feel like I would have gone that skull just because you don't know your skulls yet. Might as well pick up a couple, and Jabu is just one of those places where the skulls are pretty easy to get because you just run right by them.
Hinted Skull Kid with the bombs. And also, it looks like we do have a med check. Fire Temple is our Forest Medallion. Shadow Temple is our Water Medallion. We need to do Deku and Jabu. So, Xavi is going to get a med here. That's for...
So,
and then we need to do Spirit.
See, Xavi is going to get a med if he sticks it out. I could see him doing the first couple of checks, but then, dipping.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, the first 3 checks here are relatively quick, and especially not knowing that Jabu is required, I could understand dipping out. But if you're making this commitment, especially if you get an item in here, I think you just commit.
Yeah, I could definitely see the commitment. Looks like there's nothing on skulls, though, on Yo-Yo's side.
First chest is big. We know we're going to get something here leading to Volvagia. We already have the hammer. It's magic.
Oh.
Okay, so does that mean that Fire Temple is in the graveyard?
That could be. I totally blanked on Dungeon ER. It could just be in Shadow Temple entrance, and in that case, it is Dins and Magic locked.
Xavi's seeing that magic. He's probably thinking, "Oh, this was such a good play."
Little does he know, it's hinted.
Still, already having the boomerang, which Yo-Yo chose not to do Child Goron City in the first 10 minutes, which is understandable as well. But when you have a pretty much the Child Goron City pack just from Lost Woods,
It's
definitely
hard
a
to
decent play.
it's hard to pass up because Child Garden City is just one of those areas where like if you don't get like your whole kit to full clear, it's hard to justify going because there's only 3 checks, and if you're going for 2 out of 3 checks, it kind of is a sting. It kind of sucks, kind of feels bad, and I don't know. I'm not like I hate doing it.
Another big
Oh,
chest in Jabu. If this is Din's Fire. The
See,
hover boots. Okay.
I bet you it's the hover. I mean, you never know with Dungeon ER, but it could just be the hover boots path for key logic and to get into the boss room without knocking down the pillar.
So, yeah, it's funny now. We have 2 potential items that lead to Fire Temple. The hovers being more likely than the magic, because Fire Temple most of the times is going to hint towards the hovers if you cannot knock down the pillar, especially in required only. You may not even be able to get that far in the Fire Temple, so hovers may be hard required. But I guess we'll just have to see. We'll have to see where the fire entrance is. If the entrance is not magic locked itself, then it's just the hover boots for Volvagia completion.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I'm kind of curious to see where this seed starts to take us in terms of dungeon entrances, because like usually to get to like let's say Deku, you're Kakiri sword locked, but who knows? It could literally just be in DC entrance, and in that case too, you can do Deku as an adult. It is possible. Not hard to do.
I mean, let's be honest here. When's the last time you saw a sub 20-minute Jabu? Like full Jabu.
Never. Never.
It never happens. This is why we love Dungeon ER.
See, Dungeon ER is one of my favorite settings. So yeah. Looks like Xavi's just gonna go ahead and beat it. And I totally forgot about that too. If you go all the way down here this far, you can peak the dungeon reward anyway. So I could have seen Xavi save quitting if it was a stone.
Yeah, this is definitely a heads up play here, which I love. I completely forgot about this as well. And what's also pretty cool is Xavi is going to literally have exactly the amount of sticks that you're going to need to complete.
Oh, I totally wasn't even looking at his stick count. Oh my gosh.
The only problem is if we need a stick down the line, Xavi did not do Ocarina minigame, so Xavi doesn't have that 20 stick pack that Yo-Yo has. So if sticks become an issue down the line, maybe that 1 minute doing Ocarina minigame wasn't so bad. But of course he won't know that.
Yeah, this can be a bit sketchy, honestly.
Alright, are we seeing box skip?
Wow. I don't know. I mean, no.
Understandably, box skip is not happening.
I mean, we're skipping the right box. That counts.
It's box skip.
I missed that hint too on Yo-Yo's side.
Bolero is on Storms.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna focus on Yo-Yo's side just for a couple seconds. I feel like we've been focusing on Xavi quite a bit. While Xavi goes and fights Baronade, maybe we talk about Yo-Yo for a second. So Yo-Yo's route has been, I think, pretty standard. The only thing was doing Ranch before Lost Woods, but that's just a preference thing, I think. Pretty early going into adult compared to Xavi. Xavi's having a much more thorough child, I think. But that being said, Yo-Yo's playing a pretty good seed. Has a bow.
Yep, is able to knock out quite a bit here in Kakariko. The only checks left being the chickens on Child's side, and then 10 and 20 skulls left in Kag. So probably not going to be here beyond this.
Yeah. I bet you we're going to see the DC entrance pretty quick here, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I guess get your guesses in chat. Looks like Yo-Yo is going to be checking DC entrance.
All right, I'm gonna double down on ice. I'm gonna say ice.
Okay, we're going for the potential 0-2 for the ice call.
Hey,
I
big
personally
play.
would like to see Water Temple as well, so I'm going Water Temple.
Big bet, big money.
And it's fire.
Fire.
Okay,
so
so
it's the hovers.
yep, it is straight up hovers. You're not pretty much that just means there's going to be a key on Volmagia, and boss key is not going to be all the way at the end of fire.
I mean, unless it's like a 1 in a million chance, and the only Goron tunic or wallet that leads to Goron tunic is in like Shadow or something. Like,
Well, we do. Goron tunic is on Bombshoe Bowling, so
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
So we do have that knowledge.
Okay, never mind. I'm dumb.
One cool thing is, even with taking the trail route and burning a little bit of time of day as child, completing Baronade is actually going to change your time of day. I don't know the exact time of day, but it's going to give them a little bit more time going into Lon Lon Ranch. And this is also another early dip into a dungeon that you could potentially complete with Yo-Yo. So this is also just not a bad play.
So the thing with Yo-Yo right now, though, is they don't have. I mean, unless they picked up the Goron tunic from Bombshoe Bowling, but I don't think they did. They only have 5 hearts and no bottle to get a fairy, so it would be a very, very, very tight window.
Okay, so I'm being told it takes us any boss other than Morpha takes it to noon, whereas Morpha takes you to pretty much as soon as it turns day, because shoot the sun.
Okay, that's interesting.
You'd think I'd know this after all this time.
There's just some little things that you don't think about. Oh no.
So a couple of things to know is Yo-Yo still needs to get the mirror shield from the Lost Woods Grotto. And then the big boy right away in the Fire Temple.
Strength 1.
First check.
Oh.
Okay. Well, there's our wallet.
Interesting. So yeah, hovers guaranteed.
Yeah, with that Fire Temple just instantly accessible, it lowers the amount of items that we're going to need for Fire Temple. So our runners, especially at the bow on Bombshoe Bowling, you're most likely going to be able to one-shot Fire Temple here.
Yeah. So one big thing I'm curious to see. One, if Yo-Yo attempts to do 5 heart valve. Or if they wait to get some more health and come back.
These runners definitely can do it. You could beat Volve with 5 hearts and still have 8, 9, or 10 seconds left if you have a very clean Volvagia.
See,
which is more than enough time.
Getting a clean Volvagia with no shield, though, is going to be a little...
It's going to be rough.
Difficult.
It's not going to be easy. And there's the Jabu hint to Volvagia for Xavi.
Xavi's like, oh, I love that. Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to see Yo-Yo attempt.
I love this.
I do too. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah.
This is going to burn a little HP.
They're still going for it, even with pretty much just 4 hearts of health.
This is going to be scary. Oh, and there's magic too on, did we... Oh, wow. Okay, so Yo-Yo maybe didn't have enough money to do child shooting. So that magic, both magics are just available, so neither one of them can be hinted here. So it's definitely not a path magic.
This is gonna be really tight. I don't know if it's doable with 4 1/4 hearts.
It's doable. Okay, so it's doable and it's got to be perfect, but without a shield, I couldn't tell you. It literally has to be perfect. You may have to do some tricks towards the end after beating Volvagia, where you actually see up on Volvagia's skull to wait for the blue warp pad. It's going to be close. It looks like he's going to be able to get it. Yep.
Oh my God.
1 second to spare.
With 1 second.
Well, we have learned if you have 4 1/4 hearts, it is very possible to beat Volvagia without a shield. And that is why Yo-Yo is one of our semifinalists.
That
you
is
cannot make top 4 without being able to pull stuff off like that.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Major props to Yo-Yo. I didn't think they were going to be able to do it. That was tight. And we're still going to have to go back into the boss room because we unfortunately did die. But that's okay because the boss stays dead.
Yeah, boss stays dead. Blue warp is still there. And you're going to be able to get what I presume is just going to be a key on Volvagia. But that's up to you if you want to keep going further into the Fire Temple.
Yo-Yo. Struggling with that jump.
He'll be able to make it.
Yeah, because
The timer should reset in there, yeah. And it is a key. That's why the hover boots are hinted for Volvagia.
Yep.
To go any further in the fire, you're going to need the hover boots to get over onto the platform to open up the boss door, and that's why hover boots are hinted.
I'm pretty sure we didn't see the bombable wall chest, so there could be a key on there, and we could get key locked further up, though. So that's the big thing.
Yeah, with required only, it is possible to just straight up not be able to go any further in the Fire Temple, but it's okay.
Yeah, Xavi getting the bow and the Goron tunic. So Xavi likely to have a little bit of an easier time with Volv.
Yeah, with the shield and Goron tunic and required Fire Temple, it's just, it's just one of those things.
Oh, and Yo-Yo getting a massive rupee drop there. That was a big rupee. That is 200 rupees.
Yeah, filling up the wallet, it's not going to matter too much, since we've already done Bomb Shoe Bowling and some of the more, was that Skull
Mask dead?
Skull Mask was dead? I thought it said Hookshot, but I also just,
I just glimpsed too. Chat, if you saw something we didn't, let us know.
So this Goron actually is on that platform because Fire Temple has been completed, and it kind of makes getting that skull a little hard.
Yeah, and I was just about to mention that too. I was gonna be like, "Oh, beating fire makes that skull such a pain."
Yeah, that's why you don't save the Gorons.
I mean, even if you don't save the Gorons,
save the Gorons.
Yeah, be kind. Save the Gorons. Treat them with respect.
Another huge repeat.
Graveyard to Baronade. Oh, that makes sense, Storms. But that also means that one dungeon, likely Goma, isn't going to be hinted. I think it has to be Goma, actually. Yeah, it has to be Goma. Is the one that's unhinted.
No, it should be hinted. There's only 5 dungeons.
Yeah, but we got double Baronade. Wait, never mind. No, we didn't.
It was Jabu.
It was Jabu. Okay, yeah, never mind. But that being said, also, Goma might not be hinted if the dungeon is just open or has multiple ways to get in.
Oh, a nut upgrade on Link the Goron.
Okay, and we're gonna see a hint here. We don't see a lot, I find. Maybe in Temple of Time to Go.
Okay, with the Force Medallion in Yo-Yo's hands, that's one of the 2 Temple of Time items we'll receive. Well, the first one, the Force Medallion is going to unlock the song, which is normally Prelude, but it could just... That was a funny bonk on the bomb there, but... but it could also be the Light Arrow cutscene, which is the acquisition of the Spirit and the Shadow Medallions, giving us what would normally be the Light Arrows, but it could just be an item.
Yeah. And the fact that the dungeon we need to beat for the Lax is Deku, it could very much just be that. Only time will tell.
All right, that Bolero is definitely going to come into use.
Yeah, and right now, I think we're going to see a lot of, like, checks that Yo-Yo did on Xavi's side, and...
Oh, for sure. Yeah, lots of backtracking, but that's okay. Just a Deku Shield in the crater wall here.
Surprised they didn't do a little peek you can do. In the corner at the bottom by the ladder.
I mean, with the limited time, if it were an item, you'd be losing a little time there. It's really just a personal preference.
Yeah, that's true. Big boy. Big boy. Kokiri Forest to Goma. So hammer. Hammer. What does hammer unlock?
What item do we get in fire? We got a wallet. With that hint, you might be tempted to go back into Fire Temple and do a couple of checks.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that makes sense.
I mean, there's only a couple of hammerlock checks, especially with having the bomb bag available. I mean, you got Hammer Rocks that's in Gerudo Valley. You've got the Crater Fairy, which we've already seen is nothing. You have a potential hammer check in Gerudo Training Ground, which we never used a hammer for, but it's still a hammer check.
It's hammerlocked. Yeah, I think going back into fire with that information is very viable.
Yeah, I mean, fire just being right here in DC anyway, wouldn't be a bad idea. Unless, of course, the Storm's Grotto in Kokiri Forest has something for us, which they may opt to check first.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
I totally forgot. There's one more check. When does that ever have anything, though? Let's be real.
Stone Water? I mean, Stone Water's already hinted, but... what is this? Oh, okay. We're in Lost Woods.
Yep. Probably gonna fade out here, I'd say. Yeah.
Alright, this is gonna be our confirmation here. Is it the hammer, or is it an item? Like,
find out next time on OoTR.
On OoTR, cuts.
Oh,
it's a big boy. Lake Hylia is foolish.
Huge.
It's the Iron Boots.
Oh, you know what that means.
You gotta go buy a shield, Yo-Yo. Water Temple could just be Goma or Deku. So you're gonna need a regular Hylian shield. A mirror shield's not gonna cut it.
Yep.
Another thing to note is you also need a bow or a fire source for adult Deku as well to burn the webs.
So yeah, and also I just want to point out we're seeing a very complex strategy on Yo-Yo's side. It's called Mito Skip, where you skip doing Mito Skip. Very tough, very hard to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a tutorial video for that.
I literally just took a sip of my water and almost did a spit take from that.
Oh my gosh, did we just see Greg?
I don't know. I was laughing too.
Greg has been found. It is officially over.
Yep. Yo-Yo won. Sorry, Xavi. You're going down 0-1 yet again.
Greg did it again. And the Wolfos Grotto. What do we got here? Hook shot! Okay. All right. You might just be a Hylian shield away from being able to go complete Deku.
Yeah, we have bow. So we can light the torches. As I said, front-loaded seed though. Like,
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Oak? What's your experience with front-loaded seeds?
My experience is it always comes down to casino anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
So basically the same thing I said.
Oh, Ventnor. Bringing out the big words.
Oh my... Man! Why do you gotta say that? You just curse the whole run. Which I love. Curse them. Curse the run. Make it absolutely terrible for them.
Yeah, the last quarterfinal match that we saw was a Dungeon ER seed. Was it Dungeon ER? Actually, I don't remember anymore. I'm going to be honest with you.
Chat said it 30 minutes ago? Okay, well, I didn't see it. Well, you know what that means. This is about to turn into absolute and utter.
There is Water Bosky. And was this in Fire Temple? Was water in Fire Temple? I believe so.
No, forest.
Oh, it's forest. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep. Also, speaking of forest, Epona's was on Minuet check. Beautiful. Great to see.
Now, another thing to note is getting the Iron Boots path to Queen Goma could also just mean that there's something in Water Temple here that is that's gonna unlock stuff. So we've got to be keeping an eye out for that, because it may not just be Water Temple is Deku. So
okay, let's see the setup.
This is the pause buffer. You're going to pause, put in the input to side hop, and then retarget once you hit the corner of the wall, and that's how you do that trick without hovers.
Okay.
Really cool. Really cool.
I need to learn that. I would love to put that into my skill set. All right.
All right, so far, Water Temple providing us with a key and a boss key. What's the next check? And this is going to be a Evolve kill for Xavi. Going to have an easier time with the hover boots, with the Goron tunic, with a shield. Yo-Yo just straight up classing out on Volvagia with 1 second to spare.
Well, that was beautiful. Honestly, that shows like great execution. Yeah, I couldn't have dreamt it up better myself. Also, I just want to say okay, Hyper. I knew Wasteland. I just didn't know it good. Also, one thing
that was a double take for Yo-Yo, realizing no long shot, no hovers, not able to do the boss key, the vanilla boss key check, or what is also called in the randomizer rolling boulders.
I also want to just point out we did see the Bumble wall check. We did have enough keys to get up to the boulder maze without the key that was on Volvagia.
Okay, so you can go deeper in the fire, which is good to know. Probably not going to happen right now, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. So we have four fire keys at the moment, including the one we get from killing the boss. So that gets us all the way to the eye switch at least. What?
It's like
What
another
is?
key.
You can peek that in water?
Yeah, by doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, you can do that peek, and it looks like it was a small key. Watching other runners, you see that happen every so often. Some people will actually do that check first, and some people would choose to do it next.
Yeah, fair enough. Central pillar time. Everyone's favorite.
I mean, you got the iron boots.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So one thing to note here is like Yo-Yo seems to be playing a little less thorough, but like just pushing that progression pretty heavily.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going towards the twin Rova path that we have here. It looks like a small chest in central pillar. So not going to be grabbing that. Whether it's a key or an item, it looked like a brown chest, so it could just be an item. But we do have Requiem in Temple of Time, which we know is path to Bongo Bongo. I don't believe Xavi knows that because hasn't gone through Goron City.
Yeah. So I also want to say one of the biggest things that Yo-Yo's missed as of right now, or really the only thing Yo-Yo's missed, that was a big chest.
That was a big chest.
One of the only things that Yo-Yo has missed, and Vanilla Spirit, that's boring. What is this, vanilla?
So one thing to note is maybe that chest up there has something for Shadow Temple because Requiem is path.
That's true.
That's a strength upgrade on top of the Colossus Arch.
Okay. Well, we can go and get that. But yeah, no, one of the main things that Yo-Yo, or really the only thing that Yo-Yo's missed, is that rang, I would say. Like, nothing else too substantial. Also, we're in Shadow.
Yes, we are.
This might be fire entrance, actually. Also, we might be able to beat Shadow. Oh no, Yo-Yo doesn't have the hovers as well. That's another thing they missed, actually, now that I think about it. But realistically, we might not need Dins if the Crusher room is dead.
Okay, so this is a Death Mountain Crater check for Xavi, and the first two checks, without having hovers, you could still do the first two checks in Shadow Temple. If you remember Vanilla Game, the Dead Hand actually has the hover boots in the Vanilla Game. So
yep.
So the Bongo path, as being mentioned in chat, it very much could be Requiem for that strength, which could just mean that there's a key in the ceiling spike room in Shadow Temple that could be required. The only thing is, Xavi not having the hook shot in Shadow Temple is gonna you're not gonna be able to clear Shadow Temple, but I do believe hookshot is right outside of prayer anyway.
Yeah. So one. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that Xavi doesn't have the hookshot yet. But yeah, we might not need Dins to full clear Shadow, which is another thing to just keep in mind quickly.
Yeah.
So once Xavi gets that hookshot, I could see him going back in. It's kind of risky without Furores, but it's another risk, and I like to see risks.
Yeah, I mean, with Bolero and easy access to Shadow, it's not going to be too bad. You're not going to get too far in the Shadow without the hook shot.
Yeah.
Just about at the halfway point where you start getting hook locked.
But yeah, no. Yo-Yo about to get their first magic.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good for Yo-Yo, being able to get one of the available magics. Let's see. Definitely not going back for the Goron Tunic.
Yeah,
So this is probably going to be the extent of the, this could be the extent of the checks.
Hyrule Castleberry, maybe? No.
It looks like just waiting for time of day.
Yeah, at least check the hint. No, I like seeing a couple night market checks, though. We'll see Richard, at least.
Yeah.
Return Richard, the lost dog.
Alright, so we actually get a peek at a couple more checks here in Shadow. While Yo-Yo's going to be checking, returning the lost dog, that is Richard.
Oh, that is
hugged.
that is very true as well. Yo-Yo will be able to just go check Dampe.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right here. This could be a huge play if Dampe has something.
Yep. Was that 1500 had a bomb bag?
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Oh, gross.
Well, that is 2 bomb bags hinted to us via sometimes hints. DC is a stone, so what is that? It looks like nothing. Probably a stick. I didn't quite catch it.
I mean, if Yo-Yo didn't grab it, it's not important.
Okay, boss key on this check here. Now, you still have 2, 5, 6 checks that you can do in Shadow.
8 checks you can do in Shadow.
Is it 8?
You could do the 3 Crusher Room ones. No, 5, 7. Wait, no, never mind. You can't. It is 6. You can't do the Shadow Pot. You're right. It's 6.
Yeah, there are tricks to do Shadow without the hook shot, but those are not allowed in standard season 7 tournaments. They are allowed in some other tournaments, but if you've seen that over there, you're not able to do that here.
It'll be interesting to see. Maybe we just get another hook shot here. No, that'd be something.
So Yo-Yo's also gonna be able to find Jabu here. Not gonna be able to do it because no boomerang. But having the knowledge, I mean, at least doing the first check in Jabu will get the hovers for Yo-Yo.
Yeah, that is true. Wait.
Yes, you could do this with bombs.
Yeah. Okay, the hovers were on the Stinger chest.
Yes.
Trying to remember if it was hovers or magic on the Stinger chest. Oh, but we got magic first, hovers second. Yep.
Yeah, so also what Hyper says is true. You could do Shadow Pot with hovers. You cannot open that door. Opening that key lock door above the room, above the Silver Rupee room to go into the Wind Tunnel room, that's what's banned. But you can do Shadow Pot with the hovers. But again, don't know why you would. And what do we got for Shadow? Bomb shoe bags. Wonderful.
This game got jokes today.
Yeah, it does. Well,
We're
as
already at,
they are convenient, but
I also want to say we're already at 3 keys and the boss key. We're getting oddly close to being able to skip the Crusher Room and avoid having to need Dins.
yeah, 2 more keys will be able to piece out on the Dins, which would be kind of cool. We've seen that happen a couple of times in Dungeon ER.
Yep.
Yeah, so there is a strength lock key, which confirms that strength in Colossus is probably our path there. More than likely our first strength. So we're going to be looking at strength locked dungeons potentially for strength 2 for Spirit Temple, because we do have to complete Spirit.
We haven't gotten anything in water yet. That is something to keep in mind.
Yeah, when Xavi ends up heading over to water, we'll most likely be able to do a couple more checks, especially with that hover boots in hand.
Oh, yeah, those hover boots mean we can full clear everything but the boss.
And this, as long as Xavi climbs up Death Mountain Crater, we'll actually be able to get the hook shot and probably dip back into Shadow and complete it. We may see a Shadow completion into a potential...
Was that where Hookshot was? I thought Hookshot was Wolfo's Grotto.
Oh, was it? Oh gosh, I just don't remember.
I'm so lost.
Not necessarily lost, just it's
Early in the morning.
yeah, we'll blame it on that. It's early in the morning. Hook was in Wolfos. Thank you.
Okay, I was right. Thank you. Oh, we're seeing a river play? I guess they both went and played Requiem, so they both saw that strength.
Kokiri Forest to Goma, which is going to push Xavi back into Kokiri Forest. There's our double defense.
Yep, that Kokiri Forest to Goma is big.
And can you believe we've already been 52 minutes? We've seen so much happen in just these 52 minutes.
Yeah, the seed's being kind of
Dare we say nice?
I'll say nice. I'm not gonna say the J word.
Wow.
You know, if it starts getting a little too nice, I'll say the J word just so it stops being nice, but not until it gets way too nice.
Thank you, Trez. Jaded. It's been jaded. There's the J word.
Yeah. I feel like this is the type of seed that gives you a false sense of hope.
Okay. Song of Storms, Frogs. What do you have for us? What is your wisdom?
It's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be a bloopy.
Come on, show us no, it can't be strength 2. Show us Dins.
Another
It's a
bow. And then Xavi's gonna be pushed back into Lost Woods area pretty quick here. Should be good. Get the irons and the hook, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully that's gonna be a starter pack for sure.
The big question I think is, does Xavi go back into Shadow with just a hook and no Dins? I think yes. Not right away, but I could definitely
probably
see it.
Yeah, you could complete it. I was more or less,
unless there's a key on Crusher Room. That's the only thing we could get locked up on.
It is a gamble. That is true. Without Dins, it's a little bit of a gamble.
If you had Furores, it'd be less of a gamble, but
oh, that's a Zora scale on claim check. Giving the claim check to the Big Goron in Trail will net you a Zora scale.
One thing to know with Dungeon ER too is Gold Scale and Longshot does put the water entrance into Logic. So you can get that entrance with just Gold Scale and Longshot. Without Dungeon ER, you're able to enter Water Temple in Logic with that. It's not logical to do any checks in water.
Yeah, so in Dungeon ER, it's definitely way more prevalent to see gold scale entry being a. I mean, it's still pretty good if you have gold scale and long shot in standard non-Dungeon ER. And Xavi not getting the cover boot or not getting the irons.
He'll go back. He'll go back.
Okay, Xavi. It looks like Pierre in the Fire Temple is a frog, is what it looks like I'm being told here. Okay, yeah.
Pierre is a frog. Yeah, we're not getting that scale.
This would be great for Xavi. And there he is.
And Xavi finishes a whopping, 20 minutes after. Sorry, Xavi, you lost this one, pal.
Alright, this will be hookshot. This may be unfortunate because... Oh, very nice.
Xavi goes and gets that Storm's Grotto anyway because it's just... It's path. Has Xavi not getting that song?
The Minuet song? No, not yet.
Okay.
Alright. Zora diving, what you got for us?
Nothing.
Zora's domain not paying out. Surprise, surprise.
Hey, okay. Rush domain, don't rush ice.
What's very nice is Yo-Yo having the magic beans in hand, taking the route into consideration here. Xavi's going to be able to check to see Water Temple here. But not going to be able to do anything because no irons.
Yeah, right now I think the big question for Yo-Yo is when does Yo-Yo go Child Goron City?
Well, it looks like this is going to be the end of the child segment for Yo-Yo.
Oh, this is I hate to see it.
I mean, we're seeing two things where both of our runners are missing out on one thing that the other.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just straight up age swap in here.
Yep.
This could be a I mean, for Xavi, this could just be a let's go get the strength on child here and finish up a couple of child checks if there really are any. And then for Yo-Yo, this is going to be a hunt for pretty much the next progression. You could go into the water entrance at this point.
Yeah. Xavi missing those irons are pretty big, and Yo-Yo missing the boomerang is also pretty big. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, Hubber's not on Yo-Yo's side because of the rain, but the rain will just get Hubber's right away.
Yeah. I'm almost wondering if we see Xavi go up Child Spirit as well, just because of that big chest on the hand.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. This could be pretty good routing with having the boomerang. And yes, the irons are hinted in Kokiri Forest for Goma. Potentially, it could be irons or hammer, but more than likely irons at this point. So you should be going back in there, whereas the boomerang is not hinted in Child Goron City. So it is more likely that Xavi will be able to find the irons before Yo-Yo finds the boomerang. But
yeah,
we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. And that being said, happy 1 hour, everybody.
Yep, happy 1 hour.
We'd like to take the time to thank our volunteers and our runners. So thank you so much to Xavi and Yoyocarina for allowing us to restream this semifinals match for you guys. This is game 1 of 3. So, mind you, whoever wins this one will have the advantage in the next one. It's the best of 3, so whoever gets 2 matches first. Thank you so much, guys, for allowing us to restream and put this on for you guys today. Thank you to our trackers, which we have blue roses for you, and I believe Melqui? I didn't quite see the...
Yeah, it's Melqui.
Very nice. And then we have our restreamer today, Golden Devil / Trez. Thank you so much, guys, for being able to put this match on for us. We greatly appreciate it. We love being able to volunteer and put on this wonderful match for you guys. And thank you, Kyrie, for joining me in the booth this morning. 5:30 in the morning for you. I know it's a little bit later now, but couldn't have been easy waking up.
Oh, no, it never is. But yeah, and big thank you to you as well, Oak. Always a pleasure. And also, big thank you to the viewers, because you're the reason we put this on, to give you some amusement, some entertainment. So without the viewers, there'd be no point of doing this, really.
Yeah, we get to share our love for our favorite randomizer, that being Zooter.
Yep.
And that was a Big Poe for Yoyocarina. Big Poe in the remote grotto, or I'm sorry, the open grotto. But this is also... Now, the thing is, if Water Temple... I haven't kept too much track, but if Water Temple is Deku, I don't think Yo-Yo has a shield unless he went out of his way to go get that shield.
No, Yo-Yo doesn't have a Hylian shield. So that will be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able to do checks in there, but you're not going to be able to complete Deku without that Hylian shield. You can't get past the 3 scrubs, you know, the good old 23 is number 1 scrubs.
Could I also say, with that strength, on top of the arch, and probably another strength being on
it's DC.
No.
Okay. Choosing not to do it. Now, it is irons locked. It wouldn't be a bad idea to do DC. Oh, it's foolish. Never mind. Don't do DC. Don't do DC. It's foolish. I'm sorry. It's foolish.
I'm trying to think now. So
don't even go. You know what? Don't even step foot into Lake Hylia. How about that? It's foolish, and DC's foolish, which is in Lake Hylia. Get out of there. Don't even go there.
Okay, so this just got a little bit more interesting.
Everything about DC is foolish because it also unlocks Serenade, which is, dare I say, foolish.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think. This got a lot more interesting, I think. I don't even know what to think of it anymore.
I mean, you got to think of it this way. Yo-Yo has pretty limited things that they can do at the moment. You could cross over to GTG. You could go check the Valley checks. You could go do GTG. But as far as we know, it's gonna steer them not in the right direction right now. You could go deeper in the fire. Water Temple, you could do more stuff in water.
Yep.
Which looks like what they might be doing. And with having that strength in hand, you could just go do the, you could just go do just about everything except for the long shot checks in water.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, we get a second big chest in Spirit. We know there's one on the hand,
That's
and
huge.
now we have one in the first 2 checks. Do we get a small key?
Does not look like it.
I can't see. That is one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Nice.
So, hovers are in Jabu. Hinted Jabu path to Balbagia. But the boomerang is... I mean, you don't need boomerang to get it, but it's not the most tempting thing.
So I have a question. With the knowledge that irons didn't lead to Deku. Oh gosh. Do you go further in fire at this point?
I think fire and water are both good plays. Water first, which is what Yo-Yo's doing. Water first because it's directly hinted. You know you're gonna get an item in here because it's path to spirit. So you're probably gonna get strength 2. That being said, spirit on adult side could also just have something to unlock Queen Goma. So
yeah, that's true.
And beating fire did give you Requiem. So yeah, Hyper also mentioning that beating fire gives you Requiem of Spirit, which gives you the spirit access. And without having Lens of Truth, crossing is not in logic. So Lens of Truth could just be in Spirit Temple. Or anything beyond Spirit.
And nice little jump there from Yo-Yo to get up to the water level changer thing. Oh gosh. And another big chest.
It's the long shot.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even realize Xavi got the hook shot.
Yeah. Wolfos Grotto.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was the irons he didn't get. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. There's so much being done right now. So long shot logically has to be locked by Requiem. So couple of things to unpack here. Long shot has to be locked. Does it? Because I mean we do have hovers.
Long shot has to be locked behind Requiem.
It's logically Requiem locked because we don't have the yeah, that makes sense. So you needed to complete fire to get that.
I mean, so here's another thing. We haven't seen Lax.
No.
Dins could just be on Lax. Wait. Yeah, Dins could be on Lax. Not saying it is. It's probably the Requiem. But you never know. Honestly, it's probably just Requiem, like, on top of Spirit here. Oh, no. Xavi only has one stick. He won't be able to do broken stick.
Bomb juice.
Oh.
And you could do it. But you're going to have to jump slash the entire time, I believe.
Yeah. It's just kind of annoying.
So this is what I call MMR strats. This is how you beat the Iron Knuckles in Majora's Mask Randomizer. Which looks like it's working. One more hit.
And down goes the Iron Knuckle.
Down goes the Iron Knuckle.
Alright, I'm going to predict Dins on this chest.
Okay, I bet it's Elegy. And it's another bow. Okay, so so far it's long shot and strength. So Yeah, so that's what we've gotten from Requiem so far. Is long shot and strength. Strength is more than likely the path here.
And we have also full cleared water besides boss key chest and Morpha, it looks like. So, and we didn't get anything. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right, this is a reverse for Yo-Yo. And a strength 1 for Xavi. Question is, when does Yo-Yo go Child Goron City? When does Xavi go to Kokiri Forest to get the iron boots?
Yeah.
Because at this point, you could literally full clear Water Temple with the kit that Xavi will have after getting iron boots.
Yeah, Xavi not getting that Kahiri Forest Storms Grotto when he went to get the SFM song as adult kind of baffled me a little bit, honestly. Nice reverse, nice reverse. Lighting the beacons? Nope.
Nope, you could do it's either 1 or 2 ESS turn to the left, and that will get you, you can just straight up backwalk until your cursor on your map hits the black border, and then just follow the flags from there.
Oh. Interesting.
Yep, some cool things. Now this is
Okay.
Does Xavi go back for the Storms Grotto?
That's the only reason you go back.
This is Xavi going back for the Storms Grotto. So this will be a full water clear for Xavi, being able to get the second item. This could be if this is strength 2 in water, which is kind of highly likely, then this could be a spirit completion and a shadow completion for Xavi. Which then we just need to figure out, where's Deku? Is it Deku could be in Jabu Jabu, it could be in Ice, it could be in Shadow. We know GTG is vanilla, I believe. So Deku could be vanilla in Deku.
Yeah. And another thing to note, there was a large chest on top of the fortress.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be seeing that. Wait, no, we won't. No free scarecrow.
No free scarecrow.
I'm
and
so
no
used to league settings.
It's okay. No Pierre, no hovers, no long shot. Thank you, Virgil.
Yeah.
That's
unfortunate.
Keeping us in line. And we know we're not going to see hovers or long shot in here for Yo-Yo. So it's just a little unfortunate routing here. Where that early boomerang kind of catapulted Xavi in the early parts of the game, which again itself was a risk without having any of those hints, but it definitely worked out in this scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get Mito skip.
I didn't know we got Minuet.
Minuet is on Burning Cack, I believe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Xavi getting that boomerang kind of like just made everything amazing.
I don't see any big boys in the maze so far. We do know Toilet is dead, so that's one less thing that Yo-Yo's gonna have to worry about.
Yep.
Well, it's a small key, that is, so do with that information as you will.
Yep. Xavi gonna be able to do a lot, like everything in water here.
Yeah, so the one thing that's kind of gonna lead us in the right direction is our our Queen Goma, or our Kokiri Forest to Queen Goma path. So we got irons, and we got the hammer in the Kokiri Forest. So somewhere along the line, something that's irons locked, something that's hammer locked, which, mind you, hammer has unlocked a lot in this seed. It unlocks logical access to Spirit Temple. It gave us Requiem. It gave us a wallet. It gave us a strength and a long shot so far. And if strength 2 is here in Water Temple, which is irons locked, it could also lead us to checks inside of Spirit Temple on adult side, if that's the case.
Yeah, that's true. Really, like, there's not much to go off because the items we've gotten have unlocked so much. But hey, what you gonna do?
Yeah, Xavi just straight up rushing Morpha here.
Beautiful, by the way. That was beautiful. Quick kill, quick grab, stuck in the door. That doesn't get much faster than that, honestly. The only way it gets faster is if you have BGS.
Yeah, long shot was behind Requiem, so it could just be Requiem locks our strengths, which is very possible. So this could be strength 2 on Morpha. It's one of those checks we haven't seen from Yo-Yo's side. There's only a couple of checks in water that we didn't see from Yo-Yo's side. And it is strength 2.
It's strength 2.
Oh my goodness.
Xavi's rushing spirit.
He's not even going through the warp. He's just save quitting out.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
you don't need it. You don't need the stone. Why sit there through the cutscene when you don't need to?
Especially the Morpha cutscene. Like, that's just painful. Yeah, we're pretty much like...
This is going to be a spirit. Now, the reason why Xavi is prolonging Shadow Temple is because of the lack of Din's Fire. Speaking of Din's Fire, that's our Din's right there in GTG.
Okay.
So, I mean, Yo-Yo's still missing the vital hover boots for Shadow.
See... When has there ever been a key and crusher room, though? Like, come on.
I mean, if we don't have a key at that point, it's a 66% chance. Once we get to the boat, and there's another big chest right above, and Yo-Yo save quitted out instead of taking the damage.
Yeah, so that's kind of
going all the way back around.
Honestly, that was just a poor routing choice, in my opinion.
Probably saw the Dins and got excited, just forgot about getting that check. It happens.
It does. And, like, I'm not trying to knock on Yo-Yo, because Yo-Yo's talented as hell. Really amazing runner. In the semifinals for a reason, so definitely not trying to like
chicken wallet.
Yeah, definitely not trying to like take away from that play. I think, as Oak said, probably just a little bit of nerves and excitement.
and it's a bottle on top of the GTP maze. Wallet 2 in Spirit is funny.
So yeah. So let's talk about the places Deku could be.
Oh my goodness.
Deku can be in Shadow, Deku could be Vanilla, or Deku can be in Jabu.
Well, if you want to know where bomb bag number 3 is, there it is. We had Skull Kid, we had Horseback Archery 1500, and the third one here in Spirit.
So this is one of 3 places Deku could be. And it is well. Okay. We are down to either Jabu or Deku. For
the problem is, if you're on the path to Deku, I don't believe that bottom of the well is the answer. And another big chest in spirit.
No, it's
What
not.
is happening?
Oh wow, Spirit's just troll. I hate it when this happens. It always happens whenever I'm in casino mode as well. You just start getting so many big chests, and it's just junk item after junk item, or like not what you're looking for. It's like just frustrating.
Yeah, so just by deduction here, Deku could be in Jabu or Ice. So
What?
if it's best case scenario,
It could be
in Ice.
yeah, it could be an Ice as well. I totally forgot about Ice. Yeah, I totally forgot. Yep. Yeah. So it could be Deku, Ice, or Jabu. We've still yet to see Forest as well, so
Yeah.
and then
I can't wait for Forest to be in Jabu.
that's impossible. Oh,
Yeah, it is
beatable,
possible.
beatable only.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah, I mean, Rudo's letter at this point.
So, if you're Xavi, do you go and KZ skip to check Ice entrance to see if it is in fact Deku?
I can't even answer that. That's why these runners are where they're currently at. They're the ones that get to make these decisions.
Like, I think that could be a play because if he finds Deku, that makes it very possible that you're just in glow mode because that means that unless you get Dins locked in Shadow, you can full clear every dungeon.
Yeah, the scary thing is lights can be in bottom of the well. They very much can be.
Yeah, that would be.
That could be a heads up for Yo-Yo if lights are in here.
That'd be huge for Yo-Yo. Nothing really of significance in Spirit though, if I'm being completely honest. A lot of big chests, but a lot of junk chests.
With this child play, hopefully this pushes Yo-Yo towards the child Goron City. That would definitely help Yo-Yo out a lot.
It should.
Clear out what you can. You don't need to do DC. You don't need to do Lake Hylia. The only thing that realistically kind of pushes you, like, you don't want to do Gerudo Valley as child. So, like, there's some things to weigh out here.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Another big chest in Spirit.
Oh my god. The game's got jokes today. See, another thing, like, there could just be letter or case sword could just be in like water BK chest. I wasn't counting keys, so I'm not sure. Or it could be in like fire. And the irons could just be complete bait.
It could be. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It could be like K-Sword or Rudo's letter could just be in Fire Temple.
Yeah, and like the Boulder Maze or some. Or no, not the Boulder Maze. It'd have to be just after the Boulder Maze with the key logic we have right now.
Well, we do get one more chance for another item in Spirit. That being on Twitter. So I guess we'll see. If there is no item leading...
I just want to say big chest incoming in well.
This could be lights. This could be huge. It's another bomb shoe. Yeah. That's the bomb shoe bag for Yo-Yo, not having the current one. And it's a complete bait of the well.
Yep.
Absolutely nothing in there. Dins could be useful for Shadow Temple. We don't know yet, but it's not for bottom of the well, that's for sure.
Yeah. About to see some overlap from Yo-Yo as well. Doing Child Spirit, it looks like.
Yeah, with the bomb shoes, you're going to be able to get the long shot, and this could be strength 2. This could be Yo-Yo heading in the right path here. It's out of logic as far as he knows. There's no slingshots, no boomerang that he's gotten so far. This, unfortunately, could also push Yo-Yo away from Child Goron City. But we'll see how much he wishes to clear in this child segment.
And that's unfortunately what I think it does, is getting that long shot is going to push him further away from Child Goron City and towards water again. So that's just unfortunate, I think. Like, getting the long shot is really good, obviously, we know that. But for Yo-Yo, it just means, like, you're just gonna push a path location that you haven't gotten anything in yet.
Very nicely done. First try with the bomb shoe.
Yeah, beautiful. Not sure how many flashes you have to wait for it to work.
It's like 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've only ever done it once, honestly.
Yeah, Skinny, that looks like the path there. Long shot to water to strength 2 to adult spirit. Unfortunately, nothing crazy in adult spirit that... Yeah, nothing that will lead you in the right direction unless there's something here on Twinrova. And it looks like it's just a bomb refill.
Yeah, so... like, back into water, fire, maybe?
I mean, it would be a little unfortunate for Xavi to go back into water at this point with the knowledge that we have. This is just a GTG play for Xavi?
Yeah, it would, but it wouldn't for Xavi, because, like... there's still one more check we haven't seen in water. BK. And if you want to push that path to Deku. But the GTG play is good because he will get
this would
Dins.
be Dins. Yeah, this would be Dins. Knowledge of bottom of the well. I mean, you'll be able to complete Spirit, or I'm sorry, Shadow with that Dins comfortably, dare I say.
Xavi is doing a different setup for reverse.
There's so many different ways.
Well, he went all the way out to the crate.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You go out to the crate? Oh, damn.
Yeah. To be fair, there's like 3 different ones that... Oh, wow. That was so clean.
Yeah, Hyper. Going ice after Shadow could be a play because, like, you never know.
I think you definitely check to see the Shadow entrance once you get Dins. Well, you go complete Shadow first, then you go check the Shadow entrance. You see that it's bottom of the well. Then you might just take the gamble and be like, let's go to ice and see if that's Deku. And if that's Deku, that puts you in glow mode. But if it's not Deku, then you're looking for either Rudo's Letter or Kokiri's Sword.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, to note, Xavi will be able to get the chest on top of Gerudo's Fortress here.
That is true.
Don't know what it is yet. right, this is going to be pretty dire what Yo-Yo chooses to do in these next two checks once he finishes Spirited Child. He's going to get the bow on the left hand, or I'm sorry, on the right hand, the child side hand in Spirit. And what he does from there, if he plays Prelude, it's going to be unfortunate because that will be yet another dodge of Child Goron City for the boomerang. But if he... Oh man, I guess the only way you go back there is if you save quit. I mean, if you save quit, then it'll take you back to Kokiri Forest, then you can go up into Goron City.
Yeah. It's a tough decision.
Yeah, it looks like 1,000 check for HPA. I don't know if Yo-Yo checked this actually.
I don't think so.
Think might be saving it for later. That way he doesn't forget about Gerudo Fortress roof.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Well,
Xavi just swagging out with an
Okay,
1890.
okay, okay, Safi, we get it. You don't got bad aim.
And there's a slingshot.
Okay.
Okay, so the slingshot's locked behind Epona and Bo. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's EU.
EU aim.
Yeah. I could never.
Yeah, me and Oak can't relate.
Nope. Classic NA aim.
Yeah. I'll just sit here with my jank ass aim. Sorry.
I'm still stuck out there getting 1000s. Don't mind me. Target in the Woods is it's a check. I'll tell you that much.
What's this gonna be?
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay.
Uh-oh.
No. That's Xavi leaving the Dins and just oh gosh.
Here's the thing.
Irons didn't lock that.
Neither did Hammer, I don't think.
It's not the answer.
Oh no, Xavi getting lost in the logic. Meanwhile, Yo-Yo on their way back to Water Temple, I think.
Yeah, Yo-Yo's going to be able to get Strength 2 from Water Temple, which is good.
See, it's good to a point, but as I said earlier, it's just pushing them further and further away from
Child Goron City.
I really just want them to go Child Goron City to make it close at least.
So, Xavi is not Dins from Go Mode. We don't even know if Dins is required. Yeah, Shadow's required, but we don't know if there's a key locked in Shadow Temple behind Din's Fire. We don't have that knowledge yet. Xavi could go find out, but doesn't want to go back in without Din's Fire. So
you know it'd be super funny is if there wasn't a key on Crusher Room, but you go and there's a big chest and it's your lights. No, that would be funny.
Oh, this is Ice Cavern. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we have Forest and we have Deku left. And it's 50-50. I think at this point, you might want to
skip. You risk it.
Why go... Like, there's a 50-50 shot that, okay, you could just go find Deku instead of going Deep Fire, potentially, for Rudo's Letter.
Yeah. I think you risk it here. Risk it for the biscuit.
Alright, and that is a very nice, clean, quick Morpha kill from Yo-Yo. Gonna be able to get Strength 2. We'll be able to complete Spirit. Still missing some vital vital items with the boomerang leading into the hover boots. Now, mind you, Yo-Yo could go back into Jabu and get the hover boots without boomerang, but it's still not going to help. You need that boomerang to beat Jabu.
Yeah, and that boomerang's kind of...
And this
This is an ice play. It's an ice
But
entrance play. We're about to find out if we're...
wouldn't you be playing?
Maybe this isn't an ice play?
Oh, I don't think he's gone over to Lake Hylia yet.
Oh. He hasn't, has he? And then, see, this is just giving Yo-Yo time to catch up. Come on. I want to see it. I want to see the comeback. I would love to see the comeback.
This is definitely going to give Yo-Yo some time to do a little catching up. Now, we do know Lake Hylia is foolish. We do know that DC is in Water Temple, and DC is foolish. And we do know that Ocarina of Time unlocks Serenade of Water. So you don't even need to complete DC to get to the foolish Lake Hylia, just to get back to DC.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Rang is on Hot Rodder in Child Goron City. It's unfortunate. Our runners did have the entire Child Goron City kit within the first 5 minutes, so Xavi rushed it, got the boomerang, got Song of Storms from Composer Grave, and went over and played Song of Storms, again, all within the first, 10-15 minutes. And found Jabu unhinted and just did it and got paid out with a magic and hover boots.
Yeah, Xavi did Jabu sub 20. So that was pretty crazy. So yeah, nothing too exciting here in Spirit. Pretty standard execution. Same stuff Xavi did. I mean, it's Spirit. What really changes? It's kind of just one of those dungeons where there's not, you can skip checks, but there's not a lot of speed ups.
I mean, with how many, with how many big chests we've seen in Spirit, and two, the fact that Spirit could just have your items here. They're along the path for
I mean, you can't really you can't really skip anything anyway, because I'm pretty sure the adult side hand had our BK.
Yeah.
So we're not skipping anything regardless. Xavi about to be really disappointed, I think.
Yeah. All right, DC, and not very happy with that.
The little shield flick, the universal sign of annoyance and being annoyed in a seed. I think that's just what everyone does. I think it's pretty standard.
Okay, so is this back to GTG for Xavi? There's two things that you could do here. You could clean up Hyrule Field, go check Tektite. You could go check Boulder of Destiny if that hasn't been done yet. And you could turn in that Poe. Or you could go Bally into GTG.
Question. Did anyone check Hammer Rocks?
No. I do not believe so.
That could just be Rudo right there. Rudo's just there. Yeah, we'll see Hammer Rocks here. You know, I think if Hammer Rocks is Rudo's, that's pretty big.
We're gonna see right now. It is not a big chest.
Nope.
And he knows that he's only looking for hammer, long shot, strength 1, strength 2 lock checks, iron checks. So he's not even going to check Spear 0, Gerudo Valley here. He's just going to go right back into GTG, which we know is going to net him a Din's Fire down the line, which is going to make him go back into Shadow, complete Shadow, and then we might see the gamble for Deku on Ice, which is the new New York theater play, by the way, Deku on Ice.
Yeah, I think that's probably, yeah. What's up? Also, one thing we're gonna see in GTG, which we didn't see before, was strength blocked room. So definitely keep an eye on that. Looks like Xavi's just rushing the hammer. Hammerlock check, which makes sense.
Rush the hammerlock checks. I mean, might be able to see, if he does the peek, he could see the big chest above the maze and might rush for that, which will, we know that that's a bottle, but that's also going to net another big chest in the statue room, which is going to be our Din's Fire. So
yeah,
it's these small little intricacies where we know this information and we know what could possibly lead our runners into the right direction. This is probably going to be the check right here. You're going to see it in the cutscene. Big chest right there. And that might push Xavi into that, into the right direction here. Again, we don't know if Din's is required, but one, it's going to give him another location to check, that being Graveyard. You could check the Shadow Temple entrance, which we know is bottom of the well or bait of the well. It has nothing. Yo-Yo's already done that.
Yep. Well was, I hope Xavi doesn't get baited into well. That'd be really unfortunate, but
I don't think he will.
If he does, that is really good for Yo-Yo, because that's just more time save.
Yeah.
More time for them to catch up. Which at this point, that's kind of all this is Yo-Yo is in catch-up mode.
Yeah. Yeah, Yo-Yo still needs to do the vital Goron Sidious Child. One thing I haven't really taken notice of is the skull collection. As Yo-Yo grabs that skull with the long shot, our runners really haven't been pushing skulls. I mean, Yo-Yo did Child Night Cack pretty early, getting 4 skulls from there. I don't believe he got the one that was on top of the tower, so only 4 there. But we know that our progression shouldn't be on 10 and 20.
It really shouldn't, unless there's like lights, but like,
yeah, it could be lights. Yeah, it could be Kakariko. It could be a skull hunt in the end, if that's the case. And gosh, I mean, I would love for that. I would love for the seed to come down to that.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Pretty good first hit on Nova.
So also, we're going to be able to check the strength to the Silver's room here. Unfortunately, if that has Rudos in there, it could push Xavi away from the Din's Fire, which, again, may or may not be required.
No, it won't, because Xavi saw that other big chest. He'll pick it up just in case it's lights.
I think you might be right there. Even if you find Rudos here, you definitely go check the other 2 chests.
We're 0 for 1.
Very nice.
0 for 2.
Nothing
0
in here.
for 4.
So this is going to be a Dins pickup for Xavi.
All right.
And that is a spirit completion for Yo-Yo, catching up on the board.
Yep.
That's the light medallion.
Just really needing that. Really, they're just down a boomerang. Like,
Yeah.
if they get boomerang, they can catch up.
And there's the big boy that contains the Din's Fire. Gonna go grab that bottle as well, knowing there's a big chest. Probably feeling pretty giddy about getting that Din's. Going back into Shadow is no longer a gamble.
Yeah.
All right.
And a bottle, but not the bottle Xavi's looking for.
No, unfortunately not.
Now this is an ice play or a shadow play. Shadow play first. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
100%. There is a world where, yeah, you definitely, I think you gamble, and go rush ice entrance right after shadow completion.
I think it makes sense because that if it's there, that's just go mode.
Serious business, definitely. We're kind of skipping a chain there. 100%. You check the shadow entrance first, and then you go gamble on ice.
See, okay, yeah, you're right. It's faster to get there. But
Even
like,
though
at this point, Dins wasn't locked behind either of the things we needed, though. So
yeah, no, you're definitely right there.
So I wouldn't. I would just like, because then I would just go, because you after Shadow you're gonna spawn on fire song pad. So I would just go there because that's the fastest way to ice anyway.
Yeah.
Instead of warping, because we know that Dins wasn't locked behind anything. And Xavi just being able to skip everything because he's already done half the dungeon.
And Yo-Yo buying a shield, which is nice to see. You do need if Deku is in ice, you're gonna need the Hylian shield. If Deku is in Jabu, you're gonna need the Rudo's letter and a Deku shield.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all it comes down to at this point.
There is a key in Shadow Pot.
Okay, we are one key away from being able to rush. I don't see us rushing though, because we still need lights. But we have, like, this is a second seed I've seen, where Xavi's being like at this point with like 4 keys in the boss key, like. Xavi's been getting some pretty crazy shadow key luck, it looks like. And recovers from the little mishap there and hitting the spike.
Yeah, that's not easy. You get hit once and sometimes it's just, all right, put the irons on.
Put the irons on. If you hit the first spike, it's worth trying to go back for it again, in my opinion. Yep. Yo-Yo back in Goron City, but unfortunately not as a kid.
All right, so this is we're starting to run out of places where lights can be. Just from what we see, and so you did not need Dins to complete Shadow.
Interesting.
But then not wanting to make that gamble, especially with as risky as the opening was for Xavi in this case.
Yeah.
I can definitely understand. There's a big chest.
Oh.
And it looks like Yo-Yo is gonna check the ice entrance before before Xavi does. So we're going to have this knowledge going in. Do we need Rudo's letter? And Yo-Yo's going to find out right away.
Also, we just got a magical arrow. Unfortunately, not the
right
ones
one.
we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, all eyes on Yo-Yo right now while Xavi's on the boat, I think. Definitely want to know this this information.
Yeah, we're going to be able to get a few checks as well. Though I think you only do checks in Zora's Fountain for light arrows. That being said, a very clean
That was
easy skip. Yeah.
It looks like I've seen that set up once before, I think. Looks a bit sketchy to me.
No, it's pretty consistent, you know.
Is it?
Yeah. All it is it's pretty consistent, and it's very similar to the other. I mean, all of the King Zora skips are pretty similar because you got to do the same thing regardless. But
I think that one's pretty similar to mine. I think it just uses ESS turns and a front jab with the sword instead of a side slash and a shield turn.
Yeah. So remarking on Yo-Yo doing Zora's Fountain checks, yes, these checks are all locked behind Rudo's letter, but Yo-Yo doesn't know that Boomerang isn't over here, and Yo-Yo also doesn't know where lights are, so you still do these checks for light arrows just in case.
Yeah. Crusher Room completely dead today.
And what do we get under the
light arrows? Okay.
And Dins is also useless. Lights and Fountain, Dins is useless. Welcome to Season 7, everybody.
Welcome to Dungeon ER, everybody.
Yep.
We're about to find out if we are go mode or no mode. In 2 seconds here.
Yeah, so if this is Deku, then unfortunately, as long as Xavi does what Yo-Yo is currently doing, it's not Deku. We need Rudo's letter.
Oh! Leave. Yo-Yo, leave. Please.
So,
God.
What's unfortunate here is Yo-Yo is looking for the boomerang. He knows that he needs Rudo's letter for Deku, but doesn't know that Rang is just Goron City.
Yeah. That's kind of gross.
You know what's funny is all of our dungeons are reachable. They will be reachable with that Rudo letter pickup. So we didn't get some crazy required only dungeon ER shenaniganery. But Yoyocarina is going to be clearing forest, unfortunately, for nothing. There is a path to Deku, and it is Kokiri Forest to Queen Goma, which was irons and hammer. In between those two items, completely locked, all strengths. So realistically, you should be looking. If you don't get Rudo's letter on Bongo, you should probably be going back into Fire Temple.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's... Damn. That's crazy. I was honestly really expecting Deku on ice there.
Alright, so this is Xavi checking what the graveyard entrance is going to lead us towards. and then potentially ice. Once he sees if he does that dip over to ice, I mean, it's a solid 50-50. He's going to see Forest Temple and just walk out, whereas Yo-Yo is clearing Forest Temple here.
Yeah. Xavi should get the lights and know that he's just Rudo's from go. Yep. Right back to ice.
I do not believe that letter can be on 10 or 20 skulls.
I'm pretty sure letter has to be in deep fire at this point.
Yeah, it has to be along our path somewhere. Xavi's going to be checking ice, getting light arrows, so just going to be Rudo's letter. There's a big chest in forest. What is this? A bomb shoes.
More shoes.
What's left in fire to do? Everything beyond the big lava room.
Yep.
We have enough keys to go beyond the big lava room. Because we're doing required only.
We have enough keys right now to get to the eye switch. So, map chest or compass chest? Map chest, right? So, yeah. We'll see.
All right.
And very clean.
Yeah, we do have ice access, so Paradox Letter is more than likely not the case here. I thought it was at first. Oh, this is... Xavi's probably not even going to peek the...
Oh, please. Oh, no.
Just a little peek. Just a little peek. And it's not going to happen. Gonna go and get the unfortunate light arrow hint, which is going to sink a little bit more time, giving Yo-Yo time to catch up. Sees Forest Temple, not happy with it.
Yep. Oh, boy. Oh, going back, kid.
Xavi. It's time to go back fire. Not sure. Not sure.
Xavi's struggling with that. I think probably thinking about the logic and Yo-Yo and fire.
This is missing light arrows.
I think this is
Yo-Yo.
I think this is where Xavi's going. And Xavi did not check Icy Waters, which isn't the end of the world, I guess, but it's what it is.
Okay, Minuet on Burning Cack. This is back to fire, so...
Yeah. We're going to be getting a double fire synced up here pretty quick.
Alright. So if Rudo's is in fire, this is bad for Yo-Yo.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
You could argue, yes, Xavi didn't get the light arrows. It's going to have to make that trek back over after getting the light arrow hint. But Yo-Yo also, even if Yo-Yo goes straight to the boomerang, still has to complete Jabu.
Yeah.
Xavi is doing Xavi things.
And Shadow. Like, Yo-Yo's down. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's pretty hard at this point.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're reading logic, then that's probably not going to be the case. But
nice.
That being said,
yeah, that was beautiful.
Happy 2 hours.
Happy 2 hours. Yeah, thank you to all the volunteers who make this possible. The trackers, Milkweed, and Blue Roses, correct?
Yep.
The restreamers, Devil and Trez, as well as my fellow commentator Okishi, and as well as all the viewers. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yep, and thank you, Kyrie, for joining me this morning. Early morning race here. Decent afternoon, early evening race for the EU folks. We've got ourselves a hell of a seed. I mean, if you've been keeping along with this one, it's had its ups, it's had its downs, it's had its crazy moments, and we are reaching the end here. We are hunting for Rudo's letter. It
And
looks like there's
that's
a big chest.
Yeah, that's Rudo's. I bet my money on it. Oh no, I don't bet my
No.
money on it.
Oh. I will
take it
take
back.
that. Thank you very much. How much did you put down, by the way? I need to know if I have money for lunch now.
2 cents. 2
Damn.
pennies.
You could have just bet channel points, man.
I mean, I put them all down on Xavi winning, not gonna lie. I'm all in on this race. I'll be broke. And there's a
big boy.
There's a
Rudo's letter. Okay,
That's
so
go mode. That's
this is gonna be glow for Xavi. Rudo's letter is unfortunate but very good. That being said, man, do we see a go mode Deku from Xavi here? Yo-Yo's still looking for Boomerang, so Yo-Yo's definitely going to be doing every check inside. Okay, Xavi's seeing the big chest. But this could be a go mode from Xavi.
Not without lights.
Yeah, but also chose not to do any checks in Zora's Fountain. So.
But that's... Yeah, I don't know.
There's 2 quick peeks there.
Yeah, Xavi probably should have, but like... what you gonna do? Yeah, I think unfortunately this seed just kind of it really just came down to that early Goron City play.
Yeah, no, it 100% does come down to that. Literally 6 minutes into the seed, we were seeing Boomerang, and within 20 minutes, we had a completed Jabu. So,
yeah, yeah. So it is what it is. It's a best of 3, so like Yo-Yo's. Yeah. I'm not like saying Yo-Yo's out, but it's pretty much a wraps right now for this game, unfortunately. But yeah, that being said, it really just came down to Goron City, and it's something that they'll be mindful of in their next match, I think. Yeah.
So don't count Yo-Yo out. This is a best of 3. This will be more than likely a completion for Xavi and a game 1 up. But we've still got so many more semifinal matches. Let me go and touch up on those real quick. We have Morsoleon versus Alexis coming up on Tuesday. That will be, I believe it's 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or it's 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's coming up. That's our other semifinal match. These guys are going to be fighting for that final spots in S7. And that's game 1 as well. So we're just getting started on the semifinal matches and wrapping up the tournament here.
Yeah, no, Honestly, it's getting to that point in the tournament where like shit's getting spicy. Anything can happen. Anyone can win. It really is just seed to seed at this point, and I love it.
Rando being Rando, honestly.
I love it.
This is what we're here for. Yes, Skinny, even you can win. We all win when we get seeds like this.
I don't win. I definitely don't win this seed.
All right, we get the... What we've been waiting for all seed. We get the Deku Tree. Looks like Yo-Yo's going to get in there first. In this case, I think you do... In Yo-Yo's case, you definitely do every check-in Deku. Looking for that boomerang.
100%. Like,
yeah. And in Xavi's case, you're going to get that light arrow hint. And if it says Deku, then it's just unfortunate. But we just know light arrows are Inzor's fountain. So that's... it's not going to be too terrible, especially with having Bolero in irons and hover boots. It's going to be the fastest way that you could get there. And the first check in Deku is ice arrows.
Gonna go mode it. He would have equipped Dins if he was gonna go mode it.
Not the elemental arrows we're looking for. And yeah, this is going to be a full clear for Xavi as well. Which, it's Deku. It's not too much of a time sink. You're only wasting a couple of minutes doing every check.
Yeah, Deku's not that long. I would say it's the quickest dungeon in the game, probably. I mean, makes sense. It is the tutorial dungeon.
Yeah. Still my favorite.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Right under Forest. I still absolutely love Forest, and it's mainly because of its ambiance. Dare I say.
I hate Forest. I hate Forest because of Rando.
Oh my goodness, another big test. What kind of bait do we have?
Yeah, B1 skip does make Deku real quick.
And Forora's is actually really good for Xavi here.
Yep.
This is good for both players, honestly.
Yeah, they'll save him a couple minutes.
See, and this is good, especially gonna be getting the light arrow hint.
Little shield flick from Xavi. I think Xavi is just fed up with this at this point.
I don't blame him.
Ooh. Let's see what he does to back up the Okay, he does this strat to back it up. That's a good backup. I never knew that backup. I like that backup though.
Yeah, there's so many cool ways. Like if you have to do a backup, there's a way that you can do a backflip backflip into a jump slash.
That one's hard because I'm pretty sure that's frame perfect.
It's so swaggy though.
It is. I've seen it, and it is swaggy as fudge. Oh, even broken stick from Yo-Yo.
Yeah, broken stick because no K sword.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
And we get a synced up Goma kill.
Honestly,
Very nice.
that's kind of crazy how much time Xavi like made up in Deku there. Like, if you think about it. But yeah, no. That is honestly a pretty quick Dungeon ER seed, I would say. But it is beatable only. Beatable only typically speeds up seeds. Just on average.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna be seeing so Yo-Yo is still looking for Boomerang, which will lead into the hover boots, which will put Yo-Yo into go mode. And it looks like probably heading to Goron City here, probably gonna do Target in the Woods first into Goron City. Which will put Yo-Yo on the right path. But Xavi is going to be getting the, not quite in go mode yet, we'll be getting the light arrow hints from Ganon.
Yeah.
And
I wonder how frustrated Xavi's gonna be when he gets that hint.
winner heart piece on Lax. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I mean, if we think about it, how many of the troll items did we get? We got Greg, we got Stone of Swagony, we got Winter Heart Piece. Did we get the condom?
Don't remember. I honestly cannot remember.
I mean, new IT. We did, I think. Is that meme percent? Did we get meme? We got meme percent, guys. Yo, let's go.
Wow, that Deku completion really, yeah, there's Steelers right there.
Okay, yeah, we got meme percent. Way to go, guys. I think getting meme percent is just like, it means everyone won today. Everyone won. The viewers won.
We didn't get Big Goron Sword though.
Oh. Does Big Goron Sword count as meme percent though?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I didn't think it did. Yeah, that's just a 20-minute time save right there.
20. I mean, we literally learned. We literally learned that the Big Goron Sword can decide a match in the last quarterfinals race that we had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was decided because of Big Goron Sword by mere seconds.
Wow. I was really hoping that was going to be BGS right there, not going to lie. What's meme percent? Yeah. So basically what meme percent is, there's a few items that are pretty useless in the game. So there is ice arrows, typically useless. This seed today they are because blue fire arrows are turned off. Stone of Agony, useless. Nehru's Love. The Winter Heart Piece, which is the heart piece you get off of Bomb Chew Bowling Vanilla, and Greg, so the one green rupee. So yeah, so there's 5 items. They're kind of memey, and when you get those, it's called meme percent. Winter Heart Piece comes from TCG, not bowling. Good to know. I didn't know that. I haven't played vanilla in years.
Well, this is a boomerang pickup for Yo-Yo. So this will push Yo-Yo into the right direction. Unfortunately, a little too late, having to complete Jabu and Shadow. This is more than likely, unless something significant happens, this will more than likely be a finish for Xavi.
You know, Xavi could just die like 20 times again.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Neither would I. Because at that point, you're just getting angry and you just want to quit. When is the next game? So
That's a great question. The next match for season 7 is going to be on Tuesday. It's either at 2 or 2:30 EST. It might be 2:50 EST. It's going to be Morsoleon versus Alexis, and that is another semifinals match. And that's going to be game 1. But the next game between these two, Xavi and Yo-Yo, for game 2 has not been scheduled yet.
Yeah.
That's also good to know. Challenge Cup, the semifinal game 3 on TSG in 50 minutes on Silver Gauntlets.
Okay. I'm also not sure if this is confirmed, but I know there is also a potential multi-world match on ZSR potentially later today. I'm not sure if that got confirmed or not, but that is also a potential some more potential randomizer coming up today.
All right, we got a big chest, and I believe this was actually the Magic 2 for Yo-Yo.
Yeah. And Xavi about to see the lights and just be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I left these.
Yeah, there they are. The shield flakes galore. Irritated, was standing right there. These things happen. So I believe you just walk up into ice at this point and just hit your fours and go beat Ganon.
Yeah, honestly, like it would take more time. Like at this point, you just like, yeah, as you said, go up, just hop in ice. Faster than warping out and going through like forest or fire or well or literally anywhere. And Yo-Yo about to get the hovers. And I think those hovers put him in go mode, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
It definitely does. Yep, a little bit too late, unfortunately, near last locating the boomerang there. Again, it happens. Something's gonna be your last location, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, just didn't do Child Goron City, which, hey, no one likes doing Child Goron City. No one. I've never heard one person say they like Child Goron City.
Is that what you want me to say right now? You want me to tell you I like Child Goron City?
But you would be lying.
I mean, I'm a little indifferent to it. It's just sometimes it's a little hard to get there. Look at all these people who love Child Goron City.
Okay.
How are you gonna say that?
Okay.
I mean, I know Hyper likes it so much, even if it's foolish, he'll still do it.
Okay, I was wrong. I apologize for all the people who like Child Goron City.
See? People are born in Child Goron City. Kyrie, I need you to rescind that statement.
Okay, I'm not gonna rescind that statement, but I will admit when I'm wrong. I still hate it.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
another
ra-
2 pennies.
I would rather do Child Lake than Child Goron City. Yeah, I'd rather do Child Lake. I'd rather literally go to Child Lake for child fishing, and that's it.
Is that a stab at me? Are you taking another stab at me with that? Huh?
You know a little bit, and maybe hit up Open Grotto while I'm at it. You know.
Yeah, Chaz, I'm gonna need a restraining order. I'm being personally attacked here.
For those of you who don't know, me and him were multi-world tournament partners in the Swiss stage, so a little friendly banter.
I may have missed our go mode items on Child Lake. Okay?
And Xavi about to finish up.
Yep, this will be a just over 220 finish, which for Dungeon ER, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Guess we're synchronizing a little bit. There we are.
Yep. And who just joined? Is that Xavi? What is up?
Are you gonna get a final time? Wait, Xavi, how are you here? But you're just now finishing. How does that? Our runners are on a 20-minute delay. We haven't said it at all, but they're on a 20-minute delay. So Xavi finished 20 minutes ago. GG's 221.56, and it looks like a DNF for Yo-Yo. Completely understandable here. Still has 2 dungeons to go. So again, we have a game 2. Xavi, GG's.
Yo, GG's.
Wow, what an opener, dude. Literally, you get the Child Goron City starter, and you just decide, fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah, I was actually really close to do the same like Yo-Yo. I was actually I wanted to go to Ranger, and then I realized, wait, I can do all checks and then go on City, so I should probably do that.
I think
it was the right play, I think.
Yeah, it in this seed, it definitely was the right play. And you took that gamble without that. Now, obviously, we have the Jabu Devolvagia hint later down the line after you completed Jabu.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming you were doing those checks and seeing the medallion on the Big Octo just to verify if you need to complete Jabu.
Yeah, and I mean, there can still be something in there. Like, I found Magic. I was really happy with Magic, I think, and then I found Havas right after, so... That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that just the first 20 minutes of the seed was just an explosion of really just insanity. You never really see Jabu that early, let alone you never really get the kit to do it that early.
Yeah. Also, the water play, Rush Morpher for the strength and never go back. Let's go.
Oh my
Yeah,
it's
goodness.
so good.
yeah, that paid off as well. Yeah,
I probably would have done that after fire, actually, because I was looking for the letter.
Yeah,
that's true. That letter was
I had Tectite in my head. I was kind of scared of Tectite, actually.
Tectite was dead. I think it had a bundle of arrows. Yeah, we saw almost everything in this seed. We even saw a bunch of Forest Temple, like the courtyard loop and stuff.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's how last location, unfortunately, Yo-Yo had their rang. It was unfortunate. Again, not knocking Yo-Yo. They played amazing, and major props to them. They played great. As I said, Child Goron City kind of sucks.
Actually, a person who played more aggressive than I did.
Yeah. I mean, you played pretty safe for the most part, at least for your opening route, you did.
Yeah. even check case watches.
I've never seen you play more safe in my life.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, K-Sword chest being the Hylian shield was pretty good. That was Yo-Yo didn't grab that. Just saw that it was a brown chest and said no, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So-
I was kind of surprised that you were opening brown chest, considering that bomb chew bags were on.
Yeah, I just wanted money, actually.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I said. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, skipping Ocarina minigame.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a bit aggressive. That was an aggressive play.
I mean, it had a stick upgrade, which I mean, sticks weren't.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't too terrible because you,
I
you were
mean-
able to get the sticks along the way that you needed, but
I
Yeah.
was so out of sticks. I even tried the main to get a stick. To do
Xavi,
Child Spirit.
Xavi had to. You really had to be smart with your sticks after Jabu. Like,
Yeah, that's why I tried to man. Like, I really need a stick, and why not combine it with checks, which
Yeah,
are kind of stupid.
no, that was pretty funny. That was we were like, oh, Xavi has 3-6. That sucks.
After Jabu had 0, so
yeah.
I know.
A couple of things to note were you went to Gerudo Fortress and you did horseback archery. There was a hint that 1500 was bomb bag, but I don't think you had that at the time or even at all. And then you got K-Sword and just warped away. We knew at that time that Din's Fire was in there. Now we also know after the seed that Din's Fire was just not required at all.
yeah.
Bottom of the well had nothing, literally nothing. And Yo-Yo ended up doing that, which was unfortunate, but it's also pretty fast.
Okay. So here's the thing quickly. Well did have something. I'm pretty sure Well had Swagony.
I think I found Stone of Agony, right?
Yeah, Stone of Agony was somewhere
Never mind.
else.
Okay, I lied.
Stone of Agony was Spirit, I believe.
We did get meme percent though.
Also, I kind of got confused by the logic actually, because the case what couldn't be for Deku Tree, like,
Yeah.
and the Dins actually wasn't irons or hammer locked, so
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want to go to bottom of the well.
And that was the right place. You read the logic correctly in that time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of struggled a bit with my Deku Tree rush, I guess. That was kind of unnecessary.
And
yeah.
I have one question. You looked like you're pretty confused. After finding forest and ice, you're like, ah, shit, what do I do? Was that like the confusion in logic where you're trying to think like, okay, like
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I kind of figured. And how frustrated were you when you're like, oh man, I went right by lights and didn't check
Really frustrated. Like, I think you saw some shield flicks there. But...
Oh yeah, we did. We saw a lot of shield flicks from you today.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. This seed just had jokes. I mean, Lake Hylia being foolish, and then DC in Water Temple also foolish, and then even if you completed DC, took you right back to Lake Hylia with Serenade on OT. I thought that was just hilarious.
Yeah.
There was a little confusion where you were trying to figure out which song to play. You just didn't. There was probably a solid 30 seconds. You were probably just trying to figure out which decision to make there.
And Forest Temple, yeah, I was actually thinking a bit there. I was really hoping to find Deku and Ice, and then guess it didn't work that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid 50-50 play. And then even then, after, I mean, just doing, 2 checks in Water Temple, like, you have all of water and all of fire, but fire obviously being a little bit more dense.
Yeah, that was actually the thinking process there. I have hammer and iron boots, and probably strength or something behind that, but do I go water? Do I go fire? And yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
at that point.
And-
That's why I got stuck there a bit.
And then the funny thing too is like even the seed just continued to play tricks even into fire. With that one troll big chest, it was like, oh, is this just my Rudos right here? And then I remembered, I was like, wait, that can't be root. I was thinking, and I just realized it right now. I was like, for the hammer to be path, that couldn't because we had enough keys to get up to the boulder maze.
Yeah.
Without
But I was
beating
still
Bell.
hoping for lights or something.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, well, that seems like it's a wrap there. That's game 1 done. I don't believe you guys have game 2 scheduled yet.
No, we haven't. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
So stay tuned for that. We'll definitely announce that when that comes about, whenever that match happens. GG's, and it looks like we're going to pass it off to Trez. Thank you again, Xavi, for hopping in with the interview.
GG's.
Yep. Thanks for the stream.
GG's indeed. What a fun match to watch. Hopefully also to play. Big shoutouts to our players, to Xavi and to Yoyo. And also to all the volunteers. You can see them in chat right now. To Kyrie, to Oak, to Blue Roses, and to Melky. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you also for Golden to Golden for starting this. And with that, we're gonna head out. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy. And have a good one.
Bye.